Hello, Virgo. This is Kat's Real Life Mystic Tarot, and I'm doing a reading today for August 2019 for you. And I have to say, I was anxious to do your reading all day today, and I have no idea what we're going to find, but it was on my mind to do Virgo today. So this is for the month of August. I'm going to use the Cathar Tarot, and I'm going to do a horoscope spread for you. I'll explain it as I go. And take out 12 cards representing your 12 houses. One, two. Let's just take a minute. I'm going to have you stare at the flame. Meditate for a couple minutes. Let's just let everything go. It's time for you, Virgo. Take a deep breath in and breath out. And breath in and out. And this is for your August 2019, right after our new moon in Leo. First card for Virgo, we have the Page of Cups, Squire of Love. So this is a naive energy, a youthful energy. You may be starting something new, a new love, a new job. This card in the first house represents your own energy. So you might have a new love, a new pet, a new fascination that makes you feel youthful and kind of childlike in a way. And we'll clarify all of these shortly. Second house of your assets and your values. We have Four of Pentacles or Four of Wisdom in this deck. This is the Cathar Tarot. Basically, this is someone that's, you're saving money, most likely. It's kind of holding on to what you value and not sharing too much. There might be a necessity for that. You might have encountered experiences recently that made you feel that you need to hang on a little bit to your assets. So that's in your house, second house of values and asset. Third house. Your third house is your mental processes. And this is interesting. I have the Ten of Swords here. Ten of Swords means the ending because it's a 10, but it also means of just ruin, things that have felt just awful lately, and you've mentally tortured yourself over it, and you feel like others have done the same to you. It's been a difficult passage. And the interesting thing is that it's happening in your mind. This is the third house, the house of your consciousness. So it's in your beliefs that things have been very, very tough. Fourth house in your home, Seven of Swords. You may have been betrayed in your home. Seven of Swords tends to be a thief. And because, if it were in your first house, we'd think it was you. I mean, never Virgo. But this is in your fourth house. So it can be, depending on how you look at the horoscope, it could be your mother or father that you felt have stolen from you. And that could be psychologically, like we were just talking about. Or it could be somebody in your home environment. That could be a neighbor. That could be someone you live with. maybe that's also what's torturing you mentally, because they did something untoward, something that was unethical. So that's your fourth house of home. Your fifth house. This is your house of creative projects, love affairs, children. And we have the Lady of Shields, which is Queen of Wands. And so you're pretty much in charge there. You could be the disciplinarian of the house, whether that be with pets or children. You could be feeling that you may be overly bossy, you don't know. um, or you could be very excited about having a child. Or in charge of a project and taking charge. Now, this showed up, I typically do not read reversals, and this did show up upright. So I would say that you're doing it right in terms of just taking charge of a project or children. As I said, fifth house, that would be a house of creativity, projects, children, could be pets, although the sixth house is also pets. And in the sixth house, we have Two of Shields, and that's Two of Wands. Once again, in charge. You are in charge of what's going on. And sixth house it can be pets, but it's mostly your health and service, service to others. And Two of Wands, you're definitely in charge. You have dominion over what is going on in those areas. So, pretty good there. Your seventh house. So, this is your partnership house. And this can either be a love partnership, a marriage, or a business partner. And you have the Ace of Wisdom here. So, there might be a business partner bringing some money in. It could be your partner's bringing some money in. This is Ace of Pentacles. This is a gift, and that's usually a financial gift. It can be a health, but given that it's the seventh house, it looks like someone's bringing a gift of some money. Your eighth house, that's sex, taxes, and death. And we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands in that house might mean something rather sexy going on. There might be a man, or this is a masculine energy, doesn't have to be a man, but a romantic flame, someone who is definitely interested in our Virgo. So we'll clarify and find out about him. Ninth house, Wheel of Life. Ninth house, Wheel of Life. So we have the Wheel of Fortune here. It's possible you could be doing some teaching. This is your house of higher learning, of justice, courtroom drama, and religion. There's a possibility of a settlement, possibly something that's owed can come back to you. And again, maybe that's through your seventh house partner. Maybe you'll receive a sum of money from that. Or it could be, something in probate that's coming your way from your eighth house, But things are looking up, and things were just down, as I understand from your how you're feeling mentally. Things were very down. Ten of Swords. So things are looking up, and what goes down must come up. And this is, I think, your first major arcana. So in your ninth house. So I would guess maybe something out of court, maybe something from school is coming your way. 10th house, that's your career and your reputation. Lady of Swords. So you're seen as a woman, female energy. None of these are gender specific, really. everyone has male and male and female traits. And what we have here, Lady of Swords, this is a woman that knows her mind and isn't afraid to speak it. She's in charge at all times, has a very good judgment on things and a very good judgment on people. So you're known to be someone who doesn't mess around. And I think that's a good place to be, Virgo, especially in your 10th house of reputation. They'll come to you for advice. I mean, you're the person that can give sound advice, sound judgment, the ability to get things done and get them done right, organized together, in tune with what's going on. 11th house. Okay, so don't be scared. It does say Lucifer, but it's not about Lucifer. In this deck, 5 is the Hierophant, which is tradition, can be marriage. In the 11th house is social groups. It could be something to do with a wedding coming up. It could be something to do with the traditions of society. So events such as marriage, possibly getting a diploma, those rites of passage that are expected of everyone, or what we venerate in society. So any of those rites of passage. This came up upright as well, so I don't see any problem with it. It seems like in 11th house is your social groups. So maybe someone in your social group is going through that rite of passage and you're heavily involved with it. This is also a major arcana. So something going on in your social groups, and it could have something to do with school. That was your Wheel of Fortune in the 9th house, or with something in court. Something like that. 12th house. And this is what is unseen. What is unseen to you in the 12th house is death. 13. I think what you're not seeing is that everything will change, and you've changed through this. You've become and are becoming a new life to yourself, and the old is dying off, along with the 10 of swords in your 3rd house, your mental energy. 10 means a completion. 10, and you have the 13 death, that's obviously a completion. You have a lot of stuff going on in your outer world that is major arcana, which means you have no choice to make decisions in these areas. In the smaller cards, the minor arcana, sometimes those things can be overlooked and don't need to be directly addressed by you. But it so happens that you have the major arcana in your outer world. So there's a lot of stuff going on in your outer world that's requiring your energy, consciousness, time, focus, and it's just a devil for you. And it's making your mind just like crazy. But know that it's going to end. It's going to end very soon, from what I can tell. But this is your month of August, so you're going to have to pull your energies up for that. So that's the completion of your horoscope. I'm going to go ahead and use the Thelema deck in order to clarify anything that we need to clarify. I'm curious a little bit about this Page of Cups, the Squire of Love in your 1st house, because pretty much everything else looks like it's very kind of in control energies. And there's naivete, and Squire of Love, he's not very experienced. He's very open, very soft and naive. And you feel like you're going into it like that. So maybe someone took you for granted. Maybe someone took you for a ride, and that's your 10 of Swords. And I just got a card. Let's see. King of Wands. So that's the clarity of your Squire of Love. King of Wands. Did he take you for a ride? That's my question. We did have you as the Queen of Wands in the 5th house. How did this go over for Virgo? Draw another card. King of Wands. Who is he to Virgo? What did he do? Or is it Virgo? I mean, tell me, is this a relationship issue? Was she or he taken advantage of? No. It says that you were in charge. So the King of Wands energy, I think, was you. Maybe you overstepped. Maybe you overstepped and were humbled by something. Let me get one more card here. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is maybe in a new position, in a new job, in a new work atmosphere, you may have overstepped your boundary. You may have not known that you stepped on some toes. So that's just something, it looks like you've pulled back, that you didn't know. So probably for the time being, laying low and being the Page of Cups might be the way to go. Just be naive. Don't know everything. Don't take charge when you see it needs to be taken charge of. For now. And that's going to be difficult for you, Virgo. I know it. I know it. Because you know how to organize. You know how to make things functional. And maybe this job was dysfunctional. There was something that you just felt the need to step in. And I think that wasn't embraced. Or at least maybe you stepped back in time to not get the full force of the repercussions of it. Because you are smart, the Lady of Swords up here. So you knew probably that you'd better let things be, even in the chaos. The Thief in your home, I really want to know that. In your home life, what happened? Who is this Seven of Swords? What happened here? And I got the Queen of Wands. Can you tell me one more about that? There might be a woman that you're perceiving as a thief. And I don't know if this has to do with relationship, maybe someone, a friend. Someone did you dirty, basically, Virgo. I got the Ace of Wands. This is a message. They gave you a message that it's either they gave you a message or they had some sort of relations with somebody that they shouldn't have, that was close to you. It could be that, as it could be both, because we have a general watchership here. So any of those things. But looks like how should Virgo react to this? Oh, the Tower. Yeah, if she's your friend, get her out of there. Tear it down. Looks like that's what you have in mind to do, and I see a lot of fire in this. Someone did you wrong. It could be somebody that a neighbor or somebody that you worked with in your home that took advantage of you. And boy, you're giving it to them now. And it's really caused you a lot of mental strife. Let's go back to the Ten of Swords. That's in your third house, your mental energy. What is Virgo going through right now? Gosh, no wonder I wanted to do your reading. You have a lot going on, Virgo. The Ten of Swords. So you're taking charge now. You were down for the count, but you're up and you're taking no prisoners. I mean, that's it. You're taking them out, basically. You're taking charge, and in a very respectable way. The Emperor, he's the boss, but no one's going to doubt him or cross him. He's going to get it done. So I see a lot of power coming out from Virgo. You're making the correct choices about how to handle yourself in this situation. You're not taking any crap from this person or whatever this event is. Yeah, and it was super rough on you. It's super rough on you, Virgo. What can Virgo do to heal this? To heal this. Ten of Wands. Carry the burden because it's almost over. 10 of Wands means it's another 10. It's almost over. You're going to be able to drop this burden. You're going to be able to drop this load. If you're overworking, that might be another thing. Get it done and take your rest. Take your time out. But it's almost over, Virgo. So this money in the 7th house, I want to see what's going on. You have money in the house of marriage and partnership. Where is this money coming from? Where is this money coming from? And I have the 8 of Cups. So I think from someone turning away and walking away, and they're leaving you with, I guess, some goods. I'd hate to say that maybe a relationship of yours is kind of splitting up, but there are cards, and there's a couple things that, the Wheel of Fortune in the 9th house, the Knight of Shields, but it's Wands. And your 8th house might be somebody new coming in, and maybe your relationship has taken its course, and you're going to end up with a little bit extra. But I still don't think that's a happy occasion, but that might be what's going on here. What is this Wheel of Fortune? What is going up for Virgo? How is that going to look to Virgo? This is in the 9th house. Judgments, religion, education, higher education. It looks like a judgment. So I think a lot of you are going to receive some monies, and from probably, most likely, it's pretty clear that there's some sort of court proceedings going on, and you're, I guess you're going to get the payoff. So that's good news. Very good news out of a lot of difficult things. One more about Virgo's reputation out there in the world. Their her or his standing in the world, reputation. Look at that. Strength. Beautiful card. I mean, you're learning so much right now, and you are a sight to behold. Really an example to be held up for people to follow. Like, you're going through, getting dragged through the sewer right now, and you're smelling like a rose somehow. And you'll take your rest afterwards. And in the, let's ask about the social groups. You have Lucifer, which is Hierophant in this deck. What is going on in your social groups? What is this traditional energy, this tradition, some sort of ceremony, something? Hanged Man. So you're in a pause. So maybe there was a marriage that's on hold. Maybe you're not going forward with some rite of passage, some proceedings. Um, it could even be divorce, paperwork, anything that's official and traditional in society. So you're on pause with that. And it's funny, Virgo, as I go through this, more and more and more major arcana come out. So as we dig deeper, there's some really deep energies going on for you in August. So stay strong. Stay strong. In the 12th house, you have the death card. Now, death doesn't mean you're going to die. It does not mean that. It means a big change, just like your 10 cards, but stronger than that. Things are ending, and it is followed by a new beginning. So anything you want to tell us, Spirit, about the 12th house and the death card that Virgo's getting in the 12th house? Page of Cups. A death to your... Okay, I was going to say a death to your naivete, but actually, I take that back. Something told me that was wrong when it started to come out. You're going to be reborn with a little bit more youth and joyful feelings once this is over. You may make surprising changes because you're going to let the old self die. There's things that you want to let die, and it's time. And Page of Cups is a beautiful energy, very naive, like going back to childhood, to the sweetness of childhood and your naive feelings and joys, simple things in life. Maybe you're going back to the simple things in life. If you've overspent, overgrew your business or in your employment and it's overburdening, I think you might let it go, Virgo. And you might go back to this. And in fact, and that was in your first house. Your first card was the same in the other deck. Page of Cups. Joy. Youth and joy. Yeah, I think you've come for full circle because this is your 12th house and then your first house. Page of Cups. So you're coming full circle back to where you were, but in a very wise and educated way, yet back to your youth and joy and finding the beauty in life. I envy you, Virgo. It's beautiful. It's a really beautiful reading. I feel teary. So I'm going to go ahead and go to... Actually, right now, let's just sage this. Let's sage. Clear some of this darkness out. Take a deep breath. Whoops, that's too much. Too much sage. Too much fire. Maybe it really wanted to sage you. I'm just going to give it a couple minutes. All right, my dears. I'm going to pull The Universe Has Your Back. Just a little inspiration for your month of August. It looks like you're the inspiration for everyone around you. Let's help you, Virgo. Looking into this beautiful forest. You can just walk through that forest now. Oneness is my true nature. That's where you're going. Oh my gosh, I'm getting teary. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. All right, Virgo. Much luck to you. And I think you're going to be out of this hopefully in September. I'll see you in September. And let's see how this all clears out. Take care.